once again, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to Boardwalk Hall here in Atlantic City, New Jersey for the featured bout of the evening brought to you by Golden Boy Promotions and Showtime. Sponsored by Caesars Atlantic City, Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, and AT&T, Piensa Sin Límites. This bout is sanctioned by the New Jersey State Athletic Control Board, the Commissioner Aaron Davis. Introducing to you our three judges scoring from ringside, all from the state of New Jersey. We have Henry Grant, Barbara Perez, and Luis Rivera. Introducing our third man of the ring, the referee in charge. He will be giving instructions after the introductions, Steve Smoger. All right, fans, here we go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled in a welterweight special attraction. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Atlantic City, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with white trim, hailing from Trelew, Chubut, Argentina. He weighed in at a ready 140 pounds even, with a record of 33 wins, 2 losses, and 1 no decision. He has 31 big wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the hard-hitting WBC Interim Super Lightweight World Champion, introducing La Máquina Argentina, Lucas Matthysse. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing purple trunks with silver trim, hailing from our nation's capital of Washington, D.C. He weighed in at 141 pounds. His record stands at 31 wins, 1 loss and 1 draw, with 16 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the former WBA World Champion and the current IBF Junior Welterweight Champion of the world, introducing Lamont Peterson. Once again, our referee in charge. Now to give instructions, Steve Smoger.
Lucas. We went over the rules in the dressing room. Lucas and Tiento Rega. Ready to go?
Yep.
Touch up. Toca la mano. Toca la mano. Gracias dos. Gracias dos.
Referee Steve Smoger with the last-minute instructions. From the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey, we are set for the main event. Lamont Peterson and Lucas Matthysse. With apologies to the band Kiss, you wanted the best. You are getting 2 of the very best at 140 pounds with a potential super fight against Danny Garcia at stake. No titles on the line in this one. It's all about pride. It's all about showcasing their will and skill, and we are underway. Lucas Matthysse in the black with white, Lamont Peterson in the purple with silver.
Peterson and his trainer Barry Hunter said very clearly, we are going to be cerebral, we're going to box, we're not going to stand in front of Lucas Matthysse. He's starting out the fight just that way.
Well, that was the big question, because Peterson has taken a very aggressive approach in his last few fights. But I think anybody that takes an aggressive approach against Lucas Matthysse would have to be crazy. So naturally, Peterson coming to box tonight.
That would be insane.
Yeah, even for the toughest of guys.
Yes.
Both have a reputation as being slow starters. In fact, in Peterson's last bout after a 14-month layoff against Kendall Holtz, the first 3 rounds were Kendall Holtz, and then he got the engine warmed up and finished the former world champion. Matthysse, after the losses, saying that he needed to get off to faster starts, beat Humberto Soto in 5 and then destroyed Mike Dallas Jr. in 1. And Maurice Jones-Drew, NFL player, expecting what we are all expecting, an electrifying fight here tonight.
early in this match, we're seeing that the height and reach of Peterson can be a very effective tool.
And boxing behind those legs, too. Making sure he keeps that distance.
Of course, it's so early in this fight. Matthysse himself still getting that right hand and trying to find the range for it.
Of course, if you talk to Matthisse's camp, they will say that Matthysse is an underrated boxer, known for his power and brawling. But Al, you give it the stamp of your approval.
And I think that he has gotten better since those losses, though I thought he won them against Judah and Alexander.
Still is a little bit flat-footed, so Peterson does have the advantage if he can use that foot speed.
No question.
And one thing I'm noticing here is Matthysse, although he wants to track down Peterson, is not cutting the ring off.
No, so, you're absolutely right.
So Peterson is able to use the ring right now pretty comfortably.
Under a minute remaining in the opening round. Peterson going side to side. Matthysse clinches.
Step. Good, thank you.
When he fought Tim Bradley, and we had it on Showtime, Lamont Peterson got kind of caught up in battling with Bradley, fighting his fight. Not doing that so far. It's been the Lamont Peterson Invitational track meet in round 1.
Under 30 seconds left in the opening frame. Jab from Peterson.
This will show you the dimensions Lamont Peterson has, though. He's been very aggressive in his past few fights, and he's been successful with that style. But here, boxing takes a good hook here. But
left hook by Matthysse with under 10 seconds remaining. The 127th pro round for Matthysse. The 211th pro round for Peterson is in the books. Let's go to the keys to victory.
For Lamont Peterson, as we said, he can't stand in front of Matthysse, has to use angles. And he's got to throw a lot of punches, I think, because Matthysse can be frozen by combinations. We didn't see much of that in the first round. And against Matthysse, who attacks sometimes with wide punches, you've got to counter effectively. For Lucas Matthysse, when he jabs his way in, it really helps him set up that right hand. He hasn't been able to get that punch going yet. And he's a terrific body puncher. He's thrown some left hooks to the body so far, trying to slow the movement of Peterson. The Matthysse right, one of the most powerful punches in boxing, and he'll throw it often in this fight.
Danny Garcia watching with vested interest. He may in fact be the man the winner of this fight will face in an unofficial 140-pound tournament here on Showtime Championship Boxing as round 2 gets underway. Matthysse, known for his potent power, 27 of his 31 KOs have occurred inside 4 rounds. He has never been down as a professional, while Peterson has been down 3 times thus far in his career.
You know, I scored that round even, a draw, and I'll tell you what, they both landed exactly 7 punches in that round, though Peterson threw 11 more.
I don't know, man. The only punch I saw Matthysse land was that left hook.
Well, he landed 2 or 3 at the end, and he landed some body punches as well. And there you see the total punches that were landed there. That's the power. Yeah, those are the punches that they landed in the last round.
Matthysse stepping up the aggression this round, being a bit more physical. This is what you do to a guy who's trying to box you. Basically, when you're trying to corner him down, you get rough with him, you try to frustrate him so that he gets away from his own game plan of boxing.
And of course, Peterson with the reach advantage wants to establish that jab, but Matthysse able to close the gap and use those short punches as they clinch, and Steve Smoger allowing them to try to fight up, but now calling for the break.
Now, Steve Smoger's a referee that allows you to fight. And now Peterson is now closing the distance himself. This is where Matthysse wants him.
And this is what I was talking about, with Matthysse getting aggressive and being rough and dirty a little bit on the inside. It may make somebody like Peterson lose track of the game plan and stay in front of him.
Matthysse definitely putting the pedal to the metal here in round 2 and getting a little wild with some of those punches.
And you know, so far the left hook of Matthysse, which is a good punch, it's not as good as his right hand, so it gets overshadowed, has been very good to the body and the head.
Just misses with that sweeping left hook, does Matthysse, with a minute remaining in the second round. Straight right hand there, the jab sticks by Matthysse.
that right hand wasn't the best one Matthysse can land, and it had an impact on Lamont Peterson.
This guy's so heavy-handed, man.
Straight right hand from Matthysse, the orthodox fighter, of course. 45 seconds left in the round. Peterson backing up, trying to keep him at bay with the jab. And there he trips. So a left hook landed by Matthysse, and that drops Peterson for the 4th time in his career. A delayed reaction there.
Let's see now how Peterson gets out of the round.
I said that left hook was a tough one.
He was down twice against Victor Ortiz and once against Timothy Bradley, and now has been down here in the 2nd round, and Matthysse putting the pressure on Lamont Peterson as we go to round 3.
We talk a lot about the right hand of Lucas Matthysse, but as I said, he was getting the left hook in as well. This is a punch that goes off the top of his forehead. He doesn't have to land perfectly, Matthysse. He's got such power, Paulie.
And I'll tell you what, it was the right hand that set up that left hand. He makes Peterson go towards the left hook, see? He makes Peterson defend towards the other side where he can bring him to that left hook.
And we take one more look at what Paulie was talking about. The right had been thrown to the body. That's a very wide left hook, but it still got there, and he is so heavy-handed that even that kind of left hook is going to have an impact.
And it got there because the way he threw the right hand, Peterson went towards the direction of the hook.
So Peterson down for the 4th time in his career. In round 2, we begin round 3. Lucas Matthysse continuing here as Peterson gets rocked again with that right hand, and there Matthysse slips. And to be honest with you, why I had the delayed call, I thought that Peterson had tripped over the ropes in that last round.
That knockdown, wow, here comes Matthysse battling away on the inside. That knockdown was the 22nd knockdown that he has had in his last 12 fights. Matthysse, man, he knocks people down.
And a astronomical number and a super stat courtesy of the Hall of Famer Al Bernstein. And a right uppercut lands by Peterson, digging away at the body, and now a rough and tumble affair materializing here in round 3. As we look at the power punches throughout this fight, it's Matthysse with a huge advantage.
Yeah, and his punches are so much more damaging. Now Peterson's in a firefight with him.
Yeah, he said, you know what? Forget boxing. Yeah. I might be safer in close range.
And this is where we know what Peterson is about. He's a boxer, but then can be lulled into a brawl. And against Matthysse, that could be very dangerous indeed.
I'll tell you what, though, Mauro, on the inside, if Peterson can smother Matthisse's work, he may be able to work that body and work those combinations.
Good point.
But he's got to be careful.
Mathisse's headhunting with the right hand. There's a left hook from Peterson.
The problem with all that is that Matthysse has a better chin than Lamont Peterson. That's the problem.
But here's the thing, Alan. Again, I'll disagree with you slightly. He does have a better chin. I'll agree with you there. But here's the thing: if you're going to run away from him and he's still going to catch up to you, you might as well try to fight him off and see if you can gain his respect back.
All right, you won me over.
But I'll agree with you. Matthysse has the better chin.
Oh, and down goes Peterson on the counter. Wow, what a punch!
They both connected with hooks at the same time.
Matthysse detonated that left hook, and for the 2nd time in the round, 3rd time in the fight, it's been waved off. Matthysse with his 32nd knockout win in 34 victories. The highest KO percentage in boxing. And guess who is ready for him? Danny Garcia saying, that's okay, I'm number 1, bring it on.
made the point. That man has the best knockout percentage in boxing today among active fighters, and there's a reason for that. After one round of boxing, Peterson just couldn't handle him anymore. And here, we talk about the right hand. He did most of this with the left hook.
So much for jet lag, huh, guys?
Yes, good point. We'll take a look at the first knockdown in this second round. And Matthysse with a beautiful, short, compact left hook, not even of the wider variety. And when a fighter's in front of him, he can get both the right and left hand off. And we get a look, yet another look at the first knockdown here. And you know what? It's a very short, compact punch, Paulie.
Yeah, they both hook at the same time. You don't hook with a hooker. They hook at the same time, but we saw who the hooker is.
Yeah, the right hand was such a worry to Peterson and Barry Hunter, and they told us before the fight, that right hand is what we got to worry about. Well, it was the hook all night that did it. And then as we look at the second, when the fight was stopped, again it was the left hook. Well, the good right hand lands, but there's the hook that does the real damage. So Matthysse found another weapon that worked for him and showed a different dimension, but he has power.
Scary, man. It's scary. This guy, every time he touches your chin, he hurts you. And here's a final look at the final flurry. Misses those two shots, but catches Lamont on the end, the tail end of the left hook, and down he goes. And that was all she wrote. I mean, this guy, it's literally like a bomb explodes every time he lands a punch.
Lucas the Machine Matthysse serving notice that he is indeed one of the biggest forces in boxing. He's got lethal punching power. He's ready for the best in the division. Danny Garcia, unified 140-pound champion. Matthysse has been an interim champion. He wants the real gold, and he has his sights set on that man, Philadelphia's own, as we look at the final numbers of another impressive stoppage by Matthysse.
Well, the power punches, he landed 38%, but that doesn't even tell the whole story, because of those 38%, they were so powerful that almost every one of them, as Paulie pointed out, hurt Peterson. And Peterson was not able to really be effective with his jab in keeping him at bay. And the most important thing about those numbers is there was power behind those power punches.
The left hook closes the book on another chapter in what is shaping up to be a scintillating career. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 14 seconds in round number 3. Our referee in charge, Steve Smoger, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. La Gran Máquina Argentina, Lucas Matthysse.
Lucas Matthysse serving up the fistic fireworks that most boxing fans have come to expect from the machine. He was firing on all cylinders tonight, and I know fans are salivating at the prospects of a showdown with that man, Danny Garcia. Let's go to Jim Gray, who's standing by with Lamont Peterson.
Morrow, thank you very much. Lamont, are you okay?
Yeah, I feel good. Nothing physically wrong with me right now. Of course, I'm upset that I lost, but so far I feel good.
At this point, are you able to assess what happened here with the 3 knockdowns?
I think I got a little lazy with the jab, started relaxing a little bit, hit me with a good shot. I remember him hitting me in the back of the head, and I was trying to tell the ref that, he was hitting the back of the head. Kind of made me a little dizzy. And but as we went on, he hit me with a good shot and hurt me, and I guess he just finished the job.
Were you ever able to recover from this first knockdown where he caught you with that left hook in a second round, and that was your first knockdown? Did you feel as though you were able to recover, and could you come back from that? Yeah,
I recovered from that first knockdown, and I was okay for a while. And then eventually he hit me again, and he hurt me again, and I felt as though I could have fought through it, but the ref did the right thing, and by stopping the fight.
And that was the second knockdown. That was the first knockdown in the third round, the second knockdown in the fight. Lamont, was he simply just a better fighter?
I guess tonight he was. He won the fight. Fans, I have no complaints. He's a good fighter.
Appreciate your time. Hope you're feeling okay.
Thank you.
Lucas, congratulations to you.
Let me say first something.
Richard Schaefer.
We have a new Manny Pacquiao. He's from Argentina, and his name is Lucas the Machine Matthysse.
Did you understand that?
¿Entendiste eso, lo que te dijo Richard?
No, pero se ve que algo bueno.
He said that it's something good. He didn't understand it, but he knows it's something good.
Lucas, in the first round, it seemed as though Lamont was going to be backing away the entire fight and being able to get away from your power. How did you manage to turn this into the fight that you wanted and connect with that punch to knock him down in the second round?
Parecía que en el primer round Lamont como que estaba esquivando y estaba no recibiendo ese golpe que tú le ibas a dar. ¿Qué tú tuviste que hacer para cambiar eso?
No, bueno, como siempre, el primer round siempre cuesta. La verdad que se movía bien, me dejaba fuera de distancia. Pero bueno, cuando empecé a conectarlo en el segundo round sabía que él había sentido mi mano.
Yeah, the first round was kind of, he was trying to find out what he was going to bring to the fight. And then after the second round, he started connecting with more force.
What enabled you to do what so many have not been able to do against Peterson and uncover it so quickly?
¿Por qué muchos no han podido con Peterson? ¿Qué fue lo que pudiste hacer en el día de hoy para ganarle?
Entrenamiento, me entrené mucho. Más de 2 meses y medio de preparación junto a mi equipo. Un laburo fuerte.
A lot of preparation with his team, 2.5 months for preparation for this fight, and that I think was the difference.
Are you the best 140-pounder in the world?
¿Tú eres el mejor 140 libras en el mundo?
Ahora me doy cuenta que sí, sé que soy el mejor 140 porque Peterson es un buen boxeador, nadie nunca lo ha podido dominar así, ganarle así, y ahora sí sé que soy el mejor 140.
Now he knows he's the best 140 pounds because nobody has ever dominated Peterson the way he did today.
Do you want to fight Danny Garcia next?
¿Quiere pelear a Danny García? ¿Quiere pelear con él?
Sí, seguro. Por eso estoy agradecido a Golden Boy y al Heyman que me van a conseguir esa pelea y yo sé que va a ser así.
They know that a Golden Boy and Al Heyman are going to get him that fight, and he's ready for that fight. He wants to fight him.
Did you feel as though after what happened against Alexander and Judah that you could not afford not to knock a guy out? In other words, you could not afford to have a decision this evening?
Tú, con lo que pasó con Alexander y Judah, ¿tú piensas que esto no podía ir a decisión, que lo tenía que noquear?
No, sí, seguro. Esas fueron experiencias muy buenas. La verdad que le agradezco que me hayan dado derrota porque me hicieron abrir mucho la cabeza y por eso de ahí en adelante empecé a noquear.
He kind of, those 2 losses, he kind of is grateful for them because now he knows that he has to win by a knockout like they did today.
Lucas, congratulations. It was fun to watch.
Felicidades, fue un servicio.
Muchas gracias. Dejamos mandar un saludo a toda Argentina, que deben estar re contentos, a mi hija que la amo, a mi familia, a Junín, a Trelew, las 1000 viviendas, a toda la gente de Junín, a todos los pibes de gimnasio que me acompañaron muchísimo.
Grateful, especially for his daughter, everybody in Argentina who was seeing this fight, and all the Latins that were seeing the fight.
Aguanta Argentina, la concha de su madre, ¡vamos!
All right, congratulations. Let's go back to Brian Kenny at the desk.
An exhilarating win for Lucas Matthysse as he drills Lamont Peterson, and make a good point. No one has ever done that to Lamont Peterson at 140 pounds. No one has done that as a pro. Lucas Matthysse, a big winner tonight as he looks now down to the man in the first row, Danny Garcia. So one, I guess Ketnier just 2 days ahead of time was actually just okay. So Matthysse was fine. 2, what do we think of the fight against the champ, Matthysse taking on Danny Garcia? We'll get to that. All the guys are right here. First, though, more from Atlantic City. We first want to take a look at what's coming up on Showtime in the month of June.
Vetting, stalking, and killing people. It's what I do. The one thing I've always been good at.
I shot the wrong person in that trailer. Without psychopaths, mankind wouldn't exist today.
There's a lot of mankind that doesn't exist because of them.
Why don't you go back to your little life and pretend like everything's fine? But I can't do that because I am not like you.
You got a name?
Ray Donovan.
Jesus, Ray Donovan?
Hell yeah, you the man. If Donovan goes down, he comes back harder. The bag or the bat? Everybody be nice.
Let's go through the fights tonight here in Atlantic City. In our first bout, it was Devin Alexander as he chose to stand and trade with Lee Purdy, answering some of his critics who claim he's a reluctant warrior. Hurt his left hand early, but he still beat down a game Englishman in Lee Purdy. Purdy His corner stopped the fight. He wanted to continue. Devin Alexander, nice win for Alexander, who stood and showed some excitement. But the main event, wow, Lucas Matthysse, the machine, certainly ready for his shot at the consensus champion, Danny Garcia, as he went after Lamont Peterson. As Peterson went down in the second round, he barely survived that second round, got hit to the hook to the top of the head. Matthysse traded hooks with him in the third round, put him down, knocked him down a third time. Even Steve Smoger said, that's enough, and it was all over. If you watch a lot of fights, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Tonight's Showtime Championship Boxing will have several re-airings in case you missed any parts of tonight's action. You might want to see this one again. You want to watch it a second time. You can check out the replays on Showtime and Showtime Extreme. We bring back the fellas, Paulie, Al, and Mauro. Guys, Paulie, let me start with you again, because it's easy to say, nah, well, he had too much power, that and that, but Lamont Peterson can really box. Your thoughts on what we just saw?
And Lamont Peterson actually came out trying to box, and I thought he had a pretty successful first round, but once Matthysse stepped up the pace, stepped up the pressure, started roughing him up in the clinches, you know, it became much more difficult for Peterson to deal with. You know, this guy Matthysse has not just power, it's scary power. Real boxing fans, old-time boxing fans will remember this name, Julian Jackson. He reminds me of Julian Jackson. That guy used to touch you and used to go to sleep. The thing about Julian Jackson, though, was at least if you hit him back, he might go to sleep himself. This guy's got an iron chin, and he hits you and you go to sleep. It is a scary proposition to know that to beat him, you probably have to be in the ring with him for 12 rounds.
And yet both of you guys were saying about Danny Garcia when he fought Zab Judah, wow, what a well-rounded, complete young champion. So, size him up. Lucas Matthysse, Danny Garcia. Al?
Well, there's two ways to beat Lucas Matthysse. You either have to be the perfect boxer with fantastic movement, or you have to be unimaginably powerful. Right now, Danny Garcia doesn't fit either of those categories. I'm not saying he can't beat Lucas Matthysse, but he and his father trainer, Angel Garcia, the onus is on them to come up with some way to beat this guy. Because, as Paulie pointed out, he's got a tremendous chin as well.
I know you can say, look, there's a Ring Magazine champion. He's got 2 of the belts. That's Danny Garcia. Show respect to the champ. And yet think, you said to me months ago, Al, may I say this now? You said to me, can I say this now? You said, I think Matthysse is the best guy in this division. Do you think he still is now?
I do. I really do, because of what Paulie said. And listen, Danny Garcia is a terrific fighter. He may win that fight. But in my opinion, Matthysse is the best because he's got this tremendous power and you cannot hurt him. So unless you are Michael Nunn or Muhammad Ali or Pernell Whitaker or Floyd Mayweather, you're not going to be able to box well enough to stay away from this power.
All right, Mauro, again, now we also have a fight that's kind of ripe, right? I mean, Garcia has marched up. He's gathered all these belts. He's the champ. But Matthysse just marching through, guys. That's 6 in a row now that could not finish the fight on their feet.
Yeah, instead of the machine, he is the wrecking machine, Lucas Matthysse, and this is an embarrassment of riches. I think we are in a new golden era, the 140-pound weight class. You talked about it throughout the broadcast, 147, 154. It's the best fighting the best, and that's what all the boxing fans have asked for. Forget the politics, forget about padding your records, have the best fighting the best, and Lucas Matthysse is ready for Danny Garcia.
Hey, Paulie, match him up for us style-wise. Again, what Al was saying there, match him up, Garcia versus Matthysse.
Well, I will say this. Al said Danny doesn't have anything that stands out in terms of great boxing ability or power. I do believe Danny Garcia has enough power to earn some respect. Now, whether it earns Lucas Matthyisse's chin's respect, I'm not sure. But at the end of the day, I think the two approaches have to be either you box him very well, like Al says, or, you know, you have to try to gain his respect by hitting him hard. And by gaining his respect, I'm not saying you may necessarily knock him out, but you got to at least make the guy think twice about throwing his own power. The thing about a power puncher like Matthysse, if you can make him gun-shy, if you can make him not believe in himself a little bit, then maybe, you know, you'll have some success.
And Danny Garcia, make no mistake, he will land punches against Matthysse. And my point is, he's very good at a lot of things, Danny Garcia. It's just he's not fleet of foot, which is needed, and he's not a monstrously powerful puncher. So he's right. He's going to have to take Matthysse off his game and hope he can box effectively.
What's great about this is you have to be so impressed as Lucas Matthysse leaves now, and he's being swarmed by fans, new fans, I'm sure. But you have to be excited about this in that we've seen Garcia tested, and he's passed every test. He is pre-prime. He's 25 years old. He's undefeated. He doesn't know what it's like to lose. So you go up here, and you have to say, boy, I don't know what happens in this fight. It's the best possible championship fight, isn't it?
Yeah, man. I mean, and he set it up lovely tonight. I mean, this was Lamont Peterson. It was not Mike Dallas. Mike Dallas was a talented kid, but he hadn't been into the big time yet. This is Lamont Peterson,
Legit
the IBF,
champ.
the IBF junior welterweight champion of the world. So this was a legitimate big name he took out, and rather easily.
Big time event, Mo, coming up, I guess, in the fall.
I think they're big time events all week. I mean, 2013 is shaping up to be a banner year for the sport of boxing. I thought the sweet science was dying, Brian.
No. Big time. Again, we've had, the 3 championship fights at 140, 147, 154. We look forward to this one, again, where a man earns his way through, even in his 2 losses, close losses to Devin Alexander, Zab Judah, where both Alexander and Judah were the guys on the canvas at one point in that fight. Matthysse marches his way back in Atlantic City, makes a big statement, and now he should get his shot at the real champion at 140, Danny Garcia. We've enjoyed it. We hope you have as well. Coming up next, it's an encore of the epilogue episode from All Access. Mayweather Guerrero Showtime Championship Boxing returns Saturday, June 8th. Another fan-friendly matchup. The slugger, Marcos Maidana, squaring off against the always entertaining Josecito Lopez. Then, June 22nd in Brooklyn, our own Paulie Malignaggi takes off the suit. He's been sparring. He's ready. Champ is ready, taking on Adrian Broner, who's the lightweight champion of the world. He moves up 2 weight classes, going after Paulie's belt, the WBA welterweight belt. We hope you enjoyed it, everybody. We'll see you back here June 8th on Showtime. For Al Bernstein, Mauro Ranallo, Paulie Malignaggi, Steve Farhood, Jim Gray, and our entire Showtime sports crew. Good night from Atlantic City. I'm Brian Kenny. Hope you enjoyed it. Good night, everybody.